All right, guys. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Just want to make a video specifically for the offense regarding a lot of the stuff the O-line need to know outside of just the base runs. Okay, I'm just trying to make this as simple as possible moving forward. So we went over a lot of stuff last week. If you guys want to see this in Huddle, if you go to Play Tools, if you go to Practice Scripts, check. If you go to Playbook, and if you click installs, and if it's on offense, varsity base O updates, and the date of 9/22. Okay, so if you want to click this stuff, you can check it out. But I want to quickly go over a quick thing, couple adjustments before we get into the screens and pass pros for the offensive line. Okay, if we run this base play, dub zona hot 1, okay, it's double on each side because we're in dubs. If you guys get a press corner out here, okay, which Otay Ranch will do at times, especially inside like the high red zone, the X and the Z need to jab up field and then come back to the ball before going upfield. Okay, why? Because you got to get the corner off you. So you're going to, just like a normal key one, but just come back to the ball a couple steps. The slot's going to block the corner, and you're going to work inside his block upfield. Okay, so just that's going to have to be a slight adjustment if we get press corners. Another slight adjustment could be Jaden. You can check a pepper call if the slot has an open bubble over him. So I'm going to give you the freedom, Fuentes or Pal. Any RPO, so any key or cap call with a slot that has an open bubble in front of him, just check pepper and step and throw the ball. Okay, that will be an easy adjustment to get quick yards. But if the check doesn't go through or you don't see it, then we would just have the slot block the press corner and the X and the Z comes back to the ball before getting upfield. Okay, that specifically will help us on the goal line if we have a 1 tag. Another adjustment, not adjustment, but just something to be alert to. Okay, imagine we're running Cleveland hot right now. Okay, but we have a problem. Okay, we have a loaded front to the backside. So you guys can see there's 3 guys and a will linebacker to the right, and we're trying to run Cleveland hot. Okay, the problem with this play is that the center can't block 2 guys, right? We need to account for this Mike who's coming up to blitz and this 3 technique, and the center can only block one of these 2 guys. So last year we used to call a stay call, which meant the right guard stayed and blocked on the 3 technique, and then we read the DN. But Coach Burhop had a great point. He said we're still missing somebody to block this Sam linebacker because we only have 1 puller now if we check to stay. So instead of that, Fuentes, if you see a loaded box or a loaded front to the backside of a Cleveland call, so if it's Cleveland hot, that would be a loaded box to the right. You're just going to check Bama hot Oakland, and we're going to run speed option that way. Okay, why is this better? Well, because we're reading the defensive end in speed option to the left, and now this guard can pull and kick up on the linebacker. So now we have 2 for 2. Okay, so Fuentes, again, you're going to be on the line of scrimmage. If we're running Cleveland and you see a bunch of guys to the backside, tell your O-line what we're checking to. It's just Bama hot. It's just Bama Oakland in the same direction. Okay, so if it's Cleveland hot, we're checking Bama hot Oakland. If it's Cleveland cold, we're checking Bama cold Oakland. And this will get us numbers to the side of where we want to run the ball. Obviously, the FLF in motion to the side of the run, and then we just go from there. All right, nothing changes for the wide receivers. You guys would still block. Okay, going into, so we went over the runs in a different video. If you haven't seen that, please watch it. Okay, today we're working our gap runs. So we're working Cleveland, we're going to work Bama Oakland, and if we have time, we're going to work Titans. And again, Titans is just a quick trap. It's almost the same way we ran Chug with a couple adjustments. Okay, so we're going to work a lot of that stuff today. Okay, I just wanted to go over everything else the old linemen have to do outside of the run game. Okay, and that involves pass protections and screens. Okay, and obviously O-line, you guys are critical to what we're trying to do offensively. Our job is to keep it simple for you. Okay, so we're gonna run a lot less runs, just run them really well, and then these pass protections. So we know even and odd. Just a quick review: even. Okay, means these 4 guys to the right slide right. You guys are responsible for your gap. Okay, so if this defensive end goes in the C gap, the right tackle has him in pass pro. Okay, if this tackle goes in the A gap, the center has him in pass pro. Okay, what makes this pass pro effective, and it's been effective for going on 3 years, and we're not changing it because it works, is if nobody is in your gap, you help your buddy backside. So this right guard, no one's threatening your B gap in even, slide right. You're going to go back and help your guard. The only thing you got to be alert to is someone spiking your gap late. If someone spikes your gap late, you're going to come off and be responsible for your gap. Just like in Zona, you're always responsible for your gap primarily, always, okay? But as we also like to say, look for work. If no one's threatening your play side gap, help your buddy backside, okay? Left guard here, if you have a head up lineman, okay, no one's threatening your play side gap, go ahead and stay big on this. And then the left tackle, or the man away from the slide, is going to be big on the backside, okay? Running back, to me, it's as simple as step up, block the B gap. I don't think it needs to be more complicated than that, all right? If obviously there's a free rusher in the A gap and this left guard makes a mistake, okay, step up into the A gap. But 9 times out of 10, if you fire up, block the B gap, you're going to be right, okay? We're getting away from all the numbers we've been telling the running backs, okay? We're still going to say 60, 61, but F right now, if it's 60 protection, pass pro first. If there's no threat, go ahead and just check bubble, okay? Are there some plays where we need you in a route? Yes, Denver stands out, okay? You got to check to a sit. Obviously, if we're swinging you in a 50 protection, you're going to go now. But in your base 60 pass pro, base 61 pass pro, you're going to just step up, take the B gap, all right? I don't think we go over this enough, but let's just remember, if we're getting pressure outside to the side of the slide, okay, so in even, that would be pressure to the right, okay? Let's just say this linebacker right here is stepping up and looks like he wants to come and blitz, okay? We have to make an out call, just like we would make an out call in Zona, okay? What does an out call mean? It means the linemen to the play side have to push 1 gap over, okay? And this is the same for the play side of Zona as it is for the same side of the slide pass pro, okay? All the guys to the 3 guys to the right, okay, got to push 1 gap over, okay? So for this instance, the right tackle would have to push and take this linebacker. The right guard would have to push and take this defensive end. Center, if there's a guy, if there's not a guy in your gap right here, you'd have to push 1 man over as well, most likely, because there'd be a guy in this gap and the guard has to push. So just know the center also has to be alert for the out call, okay? If for some reason this linebacker shows and then he bails, if he bails pre-snap, okay, and we already have an out call on, that's fine. The right tackle would just come back and block down and help his buddy backside, okay? So again, we're not trying to do things, we're not trying to do a ton of things. We're just trying to do the things we do correctly with adjustments, okay? One adjustment that we have to be ready for is an out call to the slide in protection, okay? There's no out call on the backside. Why is there no out call? Because the left tackle's big on big, okay? He goes wherever this defensive end goes. This defensive end goes inside, the tackle blocks him, okay? So who would block this linebacker then? If the F, if he comes, it would be the F. If the linebacker comes here, the F will look B gap and then come out to the linebacker. If the linebacker goes B gap, the F blocks him in his regular pass pro, okay? So hopefully that's making sense, but the big takeaway on the out call is it only happens to the side of the slide. So to the right and even, to the left and odd, okay? Let's go just real quick look at even pass pro, okay? Here we go. Let's look at odd pass pro. So now we got the back on the right, linemen are sliding left. Again, we've talked about how to cover this up with the line of scrimmage. We'll go over that again today, but now the linemen are just sliding left. Same rules, they're just flipped, okay? One thing we have looked okay in to start the season is our pass pro, so let's make sure that that stays consistent. Okay, those are for our base passes, okay? What if we want to move the pocket or do play actions, okay? Well, rodeo, Rodeo R for right. Quarterback is rolling out to the right. Okay. The running back has to seal to the play side. Okay. Right tackle, right guard, center. You're drop stepping and trying to hook anybody to your right. Okay. Hook or pull and overtake if you're uncovered. Okay. The backside lineman, left guard, left tackle in this instance, you're going to bang down and you're going to seal and wheel. It's almost like a waterfall. Make sure nobody comes off the backside and hits our quarterback. Okay. We have, this is a pass. Okay. So rodeo, playboy, tornado, these are passes. We cannot have linemen running downfield because there'll be a legal man downfield and be a penalty. Okay. So let's make sure we're doing that correctly. All right. Think of this for play side almost like Seattle, right? Seattle without going downfield. We're trying to drop, get the outside shoulder of the cover D lineman and trying to turn him away from the rollout, which would be in this case to the left. If you're uncovered, try to pull and overtake and bump your O lineman off. All right. Lasso, obviously now everything's flipped. Okay, so it's roll left. So the left guys are now trying to drop and pull and overtake. And the F now is sealing on the left, and the quarterback's rolling out left. Quarterback, we got to get you rolling to your non-dominant hand because these are some of our best passes. So we got to work that in practice, getting you the depth for the rollout. Okay, so rollout, rodeo, lasso. Okay, playboy. Okay, we've done this a lot. Okay, we're just elephants on Pareto line, driving anybody to the right away from the call. So if it's playboy cold, drive everybody to the right. Okay. The F, you're faking with the old lineman in playboy. Okay. So you're faking from left to right in playboy cold. We're going to do this for one of two reasons. We're trying to get the quarterback out of the pocket. So in this instance, if we ran, let's just draw up a play here. If we ran playboy cold and we ran H, bang pass, X slant. Okay. The quarterback has two options after he pulls the ball. He can pull, really he has one option. He's going to pull the ball and make a quick decision and throw the ball. Okay. This is not a drop back play action because we have nobody blocking this defensive end. Okay. The goal on this play action is this defensive end bites down hard. These linebackers bite down hard and we have an easy throw to the side away from the play action, which in this case would be to the left. Okay, so the biggest takeaway here, though, for the running back and the O-line is you guys are all going in the same direction. Okay, so just think one smooth motion. The F and the linemen are all going in the same direction. We're trying to influence the linebackers, in this case to our right, to throw the ball back left. Okay. If we went playboy hot, obviously that'd be flipped. Okay. So playboy hot. Now the F is going right to left. And now we're trying to get the ball to these receivers on the right. So again, an easy concept we can do is Y bang pass, Z slant. Okay. Quarterback, read this linebacker. Okay. If he jumps up, okay, we should be able to have the slant if the corner is bailing, or we can have the bang route. Jay didn't think of like bang pass last year when we had the guy in flanker and he went behind the line of scrimmage. I'm trying to get out of flanker right now, so that's why we're going to do it out of dubs. Okay, this slot receiver just run down like you're blocking the linebacker and then push out. Okay, this is just kind of almost like a glorified play action. Okay, this is technically new words, but it's very, very simple. Okay, tornado. Okay. Actually, it's a little different. Let me go back to playboy. Okay. For the old lineman, playboy is elephants on parade. You're just driving everybody away from where the quarterback's throwing the ball. So if it's playboy hot, again, just drive anybody in your gap to the left. It's still a pass. We can't go downfield, but the ball's coming out really, really quick. Okay. Tornado is a little different. Think act. So think jump set and pass pro in tornado. Okay. So tornado cold. We're always talking to the linemen when we say hot or cold. Okay. So tornado cold. All the old linemen should be jump setting to the right, and then we're in pass pro. Okay. This is for our longer downfield play action passes. Okay. Another massive change with Tornado is the F goes away from the line in Tornado. Okay. So think like, think you're torquing. T for torque, T for twist. You're going opposite. Okay. And again, this is for a play. If we wanted to run something like this, if we wanted to go Tornado cold, H Vegas, Y sail. Okay. You guys can see that the ball is going longer downfield. So we need to get more pass protection. Okay. So the F, if it's cold, go away from the old lineman and then block the defensive end on the backside. Okay. The protection in this would be like full slide protection. Okay. Linemen go one way, back goes opposite. Okay. Quarterback, you're going to get into a drop after you sell the fake to the F. We can do a lot of things off this. We can do Vegas. We can do pirate. We can do banana routes with the outside receivers. This is just a straight play action to get us more time to throw the ball. Okay. So Playboy, F and lineman move in the same direction. Tornado, F and lineman move in opposite directions. And then lineman and Tornado, you're in true full slide pass pro. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Tornado hot is just flipped. Okay. So linemen go left, back goes right. Okay. In the passing world, that's what we need the old lineman to know. Okay. Even odd, which we've worked a lot. Rodeo lasso, which we've worked. Playboy cold, Playboy hot, which we've worked a lot. And the only new thing is Tornado hot, Tornado cold. Just think act zona as an O-line, okay? And then the back just goes opposite. Okay, the last thing that the linemen have to know, and this is what makes our offense really pop, is when we get screens, okay? We have our runs, we have our passes, but the best spread offenses are able to hit people on screens, okay? We went over this already, but it is a little, it's what the linemen have to do differently, so I want to show it, okay? Playboy hot, right? Elephants on parade left. Okay. Back fakes across in that direction. Z slip. Okay. I might be able to tag this as Z slip cold. That way the old linemen know the backside tackle, okay, is going under the D end and then going back out to block for the outside receiver. Okay. So I'll help the lineman out. I'll tag a cold call to this moving forward. So Dubs, Playboy hot, Z slip, cold. Okay, the right tackle goes in and out and go block the Z for the slip. Okay, everything else for linemen is the same. Okay, if we went slip, if we went Dubs, Playboy cold, X slip hot. Okay, now it's just the left tackle going in and out. Okay, we're giving the ball to the left. Okay, there's two ways for the line to remember this. If you hear slip, okay, just know the tackle away from the Playboy call goes out and blocks. Okay, I could also tag X slip hot. Hot means the left tackle because you're on the left, blocks out. So those are two cues for the linemen, the tackle specifically to know they got to go out and block. Okay, this is a great play because we're getting full flow to our right in this instance and then throwing the ball back left to a receiver. All right, easy completion, catch and run for the wide receiver. Okay. Roscoe. Okay. We've done this a lot. And again, Coach Burhop has made a great adjustment to help us run this better. Okay. First of all, Roscoe is fullback screen. Okay. There's a lot of words on here. So I want to make sure we're not getting confused. Okay. Play side tackles. Okay. Retreat blocks. You're essentially trying to get the D ends upfield and past the quarterback. If they don't run upfield, if they sense a screen, they sense something is up, tackles, you got to stay on the defensive end and block them. Okay, this is not a free play. If the D ends don't run upfield, we have to go down and block them. Okay, guards and center. Coach Burhop wants 3 kick steps and then drive to the direction of the screen. Okay, 3 kick steps have to be fast, show pass, and then club and run and get to the linebackers. Okay, the goal is to get the D linemen upfield. We throw the ball behind them. Okay, the F and the quarterback, we've worked this quarterback, sell past and fade. F, find the open hole between the left tackle and left guard. If there's a hole, sit and expect the ball to come. If there's no hole, leak out and then catch and get vertical. Okay, you have to catch the ball behind the line of scrimmage. If the F goes down past where the ball was snapped, it's a legal man downfield. Here's the big adjustment, okay? The H, or the slot receiver to the side of the screen. So the H in hot, the Y in cold. You go inside and block the Mike linebacker, okay? We have not accounted for him well. The center has not been fast enough to get there. This is how we're going to have that answer. The slot goes and cracks the Mike, okay? This should make this really pop. The guard blocks the outside linebacker. The H in the center block the Mike linebacker. And now we have a football play. If the Mike linebacker, Jaden, blitzes hot, if he just goes right on the snap, that's a quick throw for you. The H has to see him vacate. He has to look, and you just got to throw the ball to him right now. Okay, so we've been running college prep, fullback screen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is the AP version. This is a better version to account for the linebackers. And again, Coach Burhop has made a great example, given me a great adjustment on this. This is not going to be a play we run 10 times a game. It's a play we run 2 to 3 times a game that we need to have pop, okay? We show our passes, everybody drops, we pop the ball to the running back, he gets upfield, and we make people miss, okay? If we were to run it the opposite way, okay, this is cold, what changes? The back's on the other side, now it's the Y crack blocking the Mike, and the guards in the center show 3 steps, then go to the right, okay? We're calling cold or hot, O-lineman. You guys got to get downfield in the direction of the call. If it's cold, block right linebackers. If it's hot, block left, okay? You guys can't just sprawl in different directions, okay? You guys got to try to block play side guys here, okay? Receivers, other receivers are just blocking, okay? That is an extremely effective play if we can block it correctly. Okay, the last thing, okay, Comet, okay? Again, I don't know why I was calling this Vegas. This was a big minus for me, okay? Going back to just calling it Comet, okay? So if we have trips left here, Z Comet hot, okay? Again, we're just going to call for the direction of the lineman to know where the screen is going for the lineman. This is a double screen, so this is a little more complicated, but we're going to talk through it. Okay, first of all, the receivers, the Z. This is called a tunnel screen. One jab step up, come hard back to the ball, behind the line of scrimmage. The quarterback, if he throws it to you, you're going to catch it and then get inside some of these blocks and get vertical, okay? The H and the Y, you guys are kicking out MDM, and the X on the backside, you're blocking the corner. Okay, the F, you're always going away from the trip side. Okay, so if you hear Z Comet hot, you're going to the right because A, it's away from the trips, but B, if it's a hot call, you're going cold, which is to the right. You need to accelerate, and then I would say 3 to 4 hard steps, Jonah, or wherever the F is, and then turn and look for the ball if it's thrown your way. Okay, linemen, if you were on the side of the Comet screen, so we're telling you hot left tackle. Okay, this is a retreat block, just like on Zona or on Roscoe. But here's the biggest difference. If in this play, the defensive end might try to get his hands up if he sees the quarterback throw to the Z. You got to get his hands down. So retreat block and try to bang his hands down. That way he doesn't put his hands up and make a deflection on the pass, okay? Same principle, though. If this guy doesn't run up field, you got to stay and block him, okay? So just think big on big. But the goal is to try to get him to flow up field, okay? Guards and center, very similar to Roscoe. The biggest difference is you're not taking 3 kick steps. This is a quick set left because it's hot, and then go to the linebackers, okay? Another word I might say is show and go, okay? This is going to be a lot quicker downfield, okay? So left, left, left. You're trying to just sprawl now. In a perfect world, this left guard blocks this outside linebacker. The center blocks the Mike. The right guard blocks most likely a weak side linebacker or a safety. But at a minimum, you guys are trying to get downfield and look for work, okay? Backside tackle, so the tackle away from the hot call. So in this instance, the right tackle, okay? We're just going to call this a wide set and push, okay? Your wide pass setting, so imagine like we're kick setting in this instance to your right for 2 to 3 hard steps, and then just work to anybody outside, okay? Jaden, there's really 2 ways you can read this. One is if this defensive end goes inside the wide kick set and when we have numbers out here, which means there's a corner and a linebacker who the tackle can block, go ahead and throw the bubble, okay? Because we like our numbers here, okay? If this defensive end goes inside, but there's 2 to 3 more defenders out here, then we got to go back to the comment screen because we don't have the numbers, okay? Option 2 is if this D end keeps outside contain and tries to like just flare out with the back, then we have to go back to the tunnel screen, okay? So you're the one that decides, do we go to the Z or do we go to the F here, okay? I think if it's a tie, if you don't know, I would go to the Z just because we have more blockers that way. But again, if you think there's numbers or this DN crashes really, really hard inside, let's pop the ball outside of the F, all right? And then if we wanted to run it the other way, we would just flip it. So this would be trips right, Z comet cold. So the cold call tells the right tackle, he is now the retreat block, get his hands down. It tells the left tackle now he's wide setting, and it tells the F now he's going to the left. Okay? O-lineman, in addition to your run responsibilities, that's everything else you're going to do. These are your pass pros, and this is what we're doing in the screen game. Okay? Be ready to play different positions. No lineman plays one position. Guards play tackles. Guards have to play centers. Sometimes a tackle has to play center, okay? We need you guys to be enjoying playing. We need you guys to enjoy the positions, and we don't have an offense without you guys playing well. So see you guys in practice, 3 o'clock.